It's all worth it. I've talked to a handful of people in the last few days that are going through very, very intense stuff. And it tends to happen at various times throughout the realization process. But in particular, in deep stage realization, when we have very few filters left and we feel resistance in its most raw form, it can feel very intense, overwhelming. We don't know what to do with it or what to do about it. And at the same time, we have a deep instinct that there really is nothing specific we can do about it. We just have to experience it. So these can be challenging times, but it's always worth it. It's always worth continuing to dig just a little bit deeper or feel in just a little bit closer. Specifically, these deep emotional resistance patterns or just experiential resistance patterns. It's important to be willing to just feel, nothing more, not add or subtract, not get too taken away into the thoughts and interpretations and trying to fix things and thinking about traumas. All of those things have their place. But when we come to this deep knowing of the core of our pain and resistance to life, our resistance to being a physical being surrounded by potential dangers in an unpredictable world, it's key to be very simple and direct about it. Don't overthink it. In fact, don't even think it. Just feel. Where are those sensations in the body? Find them. Find the energy movements, the tension, the restlessness, and just inhabit it. Just be willing to feel it. It's not comfortable. By definition, it's not comfortable. But you can inhabit this. And the way you inhabit it is notice the escape routes. And they're always cognitive in one form or another. The narratives, how to get out, how to fix this, how to heal this. It's a sensation, so it doesn't need to be healed. It just needs to be felt. And it needs to be felt until those reactions subside. So stay there. When you get right to the root of this, you'll feel like, physically, like you've crossed over to the dimension before birth, before the birth of self. It'll feel extremely primary, extremely intimate. It won't have any specific quality because qualities come with interpretation. Qualities come after we start perceiving ourselves as a self. So it's a very, very fundamental experience of being alive. You have to go through the rawness, tenuousness, restlessness to arrive here. Once you arrive here, just stay. You can ask yourself, is there a need to leave at all? Is there anything here in this experience, and only in this experience, that compels me to leave it? And you'll notice there's just more of this pure experience. It's not a reaction point. But just keep staying there. Stay with it. Things will get quiet. The world will subside. That's fine. Let it go. It'll die away. Let it die away. That's not your business. Sensing is your only business here. It's the sensation of being alive. The simple sensation of being, a physical being. And as we approach it, it feels like fear, discomfort, terror, avoidance, distraction. But when we arrive, it's just what it is. Simple, absolute, without quality, unmoving. And it has no content that compels you to react. From here, you don't even have to come into being. That's how rested this place is. Now, if you're thinking about this, if this is a cognitive process for you, you might have a ways to go. But if you can feel into this in a very direct physical way, having gone through the trauma, pain, suffering, self-denial, self-hatred, all of it, and find your way here, you're in good territory. Sacred land. Stay here. Stay here until there's no need to leave anymore. When you find this profound equanimity, you're in a good place to start to take in the true non-dual nature of aliveness, which means boundless experience. No center, no edges, no closer or farther, just a certain radical intimacy. This is the gateway to freedom.